order for you to value your own case, you're going to have to do a mini vocational economic assessment. But this is not rocket science, believe me, because if it were, I wouldn't be able to do it. You have to understand that wage loss and earning capacity are two different things. As I said before, wage loss, retrospective, earning capacity, prospective. And we know that the most single important issue is for you to really understand and embrace the concept of earning capacity. And earning capacity, as I said, is synonymous with human capital. This is a slide that you really want to think about, because it's not as though each of these items are static. It's an ongoing process that results in the creation of a really skilled trial lawyer. Now, the precursors, as I stated to you previously, to human capital are intelligence and physical ability, and the disability effect is crystal clear. No matter regardless of how you define disability, it results in two things: reduced earnings and reduced work-life expectancy. And one of the interesting things is this: most disabling conditions do not get better with the passage of time if there's permanency of impairment. They've reached maximum medical improvement. They don't get better with the passage of time. They tend to get worse. I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky, because we just did a seminar on last Friday with about 40 attorneys. And one of the speakers was Dr. Eilers. He's a physiatrist, and he does a great deal of research and work with persons who are disabled. He said something that's very profound. He said that disability is not static. Disability typically gets worse with the passage of time. Think about the child with the brachial plexus syndrome who has no use of one extremity. What do you think is going to happen to the other extremity? It's going to suffer from overuse syndrome. What's going to happen to the other extremity? Think about the person who's had a back injury and they have already experienced some traumatic arthritis. Traumatic arthritis and generally speaking, back conditions do not get better with the passage of time. They get worse. The data that we use that examines physical disability and cognitive disability, it defines that to a T. There might only be a 10 basis point spread, meaning the probability of employment is 92% at 25 for a certain class. And for persons with, let's say, a physical ability, it's 10 points lower, 82%. That's called the disability decrement. But that disability decrement at 25 looks very, very different at 55. The basis point spread goes from 10 points up to about 40 points for a certain category of persons. That's the effect of disability. The disability effect is such that it doesn't get better with the passage of time, it gets worse. And the reduction is reduced earnings and reduced work-life expectancy. Now, defining disability, you recall, I asked you to think about disability, the image.